Hi friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and my pal Estaldo and I are here today to talk to you about some really awesome new books that we've just recently read that we're super excited about, and we think that you guys are going to love them too. Now, both of these books that I'm going to talk about today are very different in terms of theme and terms of what they're talking about, but they do have a similarity, and that is they are both about really tough topics. They're about really relevant topics, but they're also really hard to deal with. But that doesn't mean they're not important. In fact, it means, I think, that they're even more important to be talking about and reading. Because I think when you're reading a book from other people's points of view, you're building empathy and you're learning what other people's lives are like, and you're learning like what other things that these people have to deal with, and it helps you understand them better and understand what it's like to live in their shoes, which is super important, especially in today's day and age. So both of these books, like I said, they're a little bit hard in terms of the topics are really tough, but they're just beautifully written, both of them, and absolutely amazing. So the first one is called Surrender Your Sons by Adam Sass. Surrender Your Sons. And I absolutely love this cover. I think the colors just are really amazing. So this is a book about a boy named Connor who's getting ready to start his senior year of high school. And he has spent the summer, unfortunately, coming out to his super religious, very strict mother. So he has come out to her. She has not taken the news well. And the reason he came out before he felt ready was because his boyfriend was kind of pressuring him to do so. So he came out. It didn't go well. His mom took his phone away. He's not allowed to leave the house. So things are looking pretty bleak. Well, they get a lot worse when his mom actually sends him to this conversion camp called Nightlight Ministries. Now, conversion camps, unfortunately, are a real thing, and they're a thing that people send LGBT youth to try to get them to stop being gay. They're horrible places, and Nightlight Ministries is more horrible than most because there's a lot of secret, mysterious things going on here. Other campers and even the counselors and the director all have these weird secrets that nobody's talking about. There's this mysterious events that are going on, and Connor knows that he has to not only break out of this place, but he's got to break out and save everybody else that's here, because there is something going on, something sinister and dark. So he's got to get to the bottom of this. So this book is very action oriented. There's a lot of things going on where it's very intense. The stakes are really high the whole time. It'll get your blood pumping, your heart pounding, and it's terrifying too, because you know that Nightlight Ministries obviously is a false place, but places like this do exist. So he's got to escape and also learn how to be true with himself and to be comfortable with his own truths. So this book is absolutely, absolutely fantastic. It's hard to read. I will say definitely there are some trigger warnings here. Mostly super religious parents, conversion camps, a lot of gaslighting that happens in this book too. So if you're sensitive to some of those topics, this one's going to be especially hard for you to read. So just know that going in. But this book is absolutely brilliant, and it's so important, especially, I think, like I said, in this day and age. It's an important book, definitely. And it's also wonderful, wonderfully well written, and Connor is an amazing character. You're going to love him just as much as I do. So the next book is called Sanctuary. And this is by two authors. It's by Sher and also Paola Mendoza. Sanctuary. Oh, and my coworker has joined me. My furry coworker down here. So this book also has to deal with a tough topic, which is immigration and internment camps in America. Now, this is actually a dystopian book. It's set in the future, year 2032. I forgot exactly how far ahead. So 2032, not too far ahead, but far ahead. And in this book, the president has made sure that everybody has to have a chip implanted in their wrist that has their nationalization status. So a lot of the people who are in the country that don't have that status have to get illegal chips. And sometimes they malfunction. And if they malfunction and you're getting scanned, you will get thrown into a camp or worse. So this is the story of this young woman named Valley, who her younger brother was born in the States, but she was not. Her and her mother were not. Her father was not either. They came from Colombia, and the father has gotten caught a year or two ago and has been deported and has been killed. So it's just her mother, Valley, and her younger brother. And the crackdowns on people of color are getting worse. And they are coming out with this new thing where the chips are being scrutinized even further, which means that Valley and her mom are in a very real danger of getting caught. So they make a plan to leave. They're going to try to get to California because California has seceded from the United States and is its own state called Sanctuary, where all the immigrants and people who are fleeing danger can come and be safe there. So they're going to try to get to California. This takes place in Vermont, so they've got quite a ways to go. Unfortunately, right before they even get started, Valley's mom does get captured. So it's just Valley and her younger brother. They barely have any money or food, and they're trying to make their way across the country without getting caught to try to reach safety. This book is very, very, it's very sad and it's very hard to read. Even though it's a dystopian book and it's set in the future, there's definitely a lot of things that are happening in this book that we can see signs of today that make it very scary. It's a very scary book. But it's also fantastic. It's fantastically written, and it's just such an amazing, like, this main character, Valley, is so incredible. And what she goes through to protect her brother and to, protect herself and to gain freedom and to gain the right to exist, which she already has, but unfortunately the United States didn't see it that way. It's just absolutely phenomenal. And this book, like I said, is really well written too. So it's action packed because obviously there's a lot going on as she's trying to flee. So it's very exciting. It's heart stopping. I think I read it in one or two sittings. I just really could not put it down because it was so good. But like I said, it is difficult. So it has a lot to do with internment camps and deportation and things like that. So if you're sensitive to those issues, just be aware of that going in. But phenomenal book, and I think it's one that everybody should read because of how important it is. And that is Sanctuary. Well, that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope that these books sound really interesting and intriguing to you. Like I said, they're absolutely phenomenal, and they're great talking books, like to read, talk about with your friends. They're absolutely fantastic. So please feel free to pick them up from the Farmington Community Library. You can get them through our curbside service. You can fill out a book bundle online request and we can grab them for you. You can also come in the building and pick them up that way as well. Thank you so much, friends, and have a wonderful rest of the day.